Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Desrim Charlie from ABSA. My official role is Head of New Business. I am representing our education and skills colleague who's only joining us, employed by the bank from next week, Monday. So I hope you bear with me as I tell you our story with regards to TVET colleges. Okay. As a bank, what we would identify as CSI, we call our shared growth strategy. And what our shared growth strategy means is, as we prosper as a bank, the communities that we operate within should also prosper. It doesn't make sense for us as a bank to be posting significant profits, and yet the people that are contributing towards those profits are being left behind. So what does it mean? To us as employees, it also means giving our time to communities in terms of CSI projects. We challenge each other as employees, as business units, in terms of what we can contribute as part of our shared growth contribution as individuals. Our strategy is supported by 3 pillars, which is enterprise development. This is where we support small businesses or young people who want to start their own businesses, both financially and non-financially. And our next pillar is financial inclusion, which means we develop products for the previously unbanked market and businesses which traditionally wouldn't be able to qualify for funding. And the last pillar is education and skills, where our TVET colleges fall under. That is where we support, the missing middle, which has been, in the media, where we provide scholarships, where we provide bursaries to universities. In 2016, we responded as a bank to the call by the Deputy President for the private sector to adopt TVET colleges. And we, as a bank about 32 of the 50 TVET colleges in the country. So we identified 16 TVET colleges for 2016, and we embarked on certain projects with them. It's a new strategy for us, adopt a TVET college. We are still building on that strategy. But one of the projects that we had identified was the WBE program, which is fundamental to this strategy. Just to name a few things that we are currently doing, TVET colleges have business simulation rooms, and you will find that those business simulation rooms don't have furniture or computers. So as a bank, we are constantly upgrading our branches, our offices. And we sit with furniture, which is in our warehouse. So what we're going to do is we're going to donate this furniture to the 16 TVET colleges that we have identified, starting with one college that we are visiting tomorrow to do a feasibility assessment of their requirements. We will also be donating computers. We change computers every 2 to 3 years as bank employees. So those are some of the things that we are doing under our adopted TVET strategy. We're also doing guest lecturing. We as employees go and volunteer and go to TVET colleges and do guest lecturing. I was guest lecturing yesterday at Southwest Gauteng College to students who are doing management assistant. So that is what we always challenge ourselves. If somebody knows or is an expert in terms of financial management, that's what that person does. They go out and do guest lecturing in that area. We are also looking at taking students, TVET students in terms of internships and learnerships. We are currently taking in 23 call center learners from Ekurhuleni East College. We are looking at how, as a bank, we can source employees from TVET colleges rather than going through agencies, especially for call centers, which are a bit easier. And when we know that these students have been trained at a particular TVET colleges, we can add on to what we are looking for in terms of their curriculum, so that when they are ready, we know that we are hiring somebody who's been taught according to what our requirements will be. Other things that we do, we donate cash to graduates, during their graduate ceremonies, to just keep them motivated. We are looking at ways in terms of, the curriculum, which Sis Joyce had mentioned, on how, as a bank, we can make sure that the financial management curriculum, ultimately, when we hire these students, talks to what we are looking for. So those are one of the areas that we're looking at. Coming back to the WBE program, that's the easy one that we found that we could, immediately implement. And, it's quite a intensive process to onboard learners from a banking perspective, because obviously we've got high-risk areas that we wouldn't want to expose people who are there for a short period of time to. So what we did, we had tried to roll out this program about 2 years back, but it didn't work out very well because we were disjointed as employees in terms of how to deal with it. So what we subsequently did this year, we developed a handbook which we distributed internally to various business units in terms of how to onboard WBE students. We put in place a contract, a contract which we signed with the TVET College, which is an annual contract. And we developed a non-disclosure agreement because these students are going to be exposed to certain sensitive information. So they've got to sign the NDA that they won't go out and mention that I saw so-and-so's bank balance. And we developed an indemnity which the students signed to say they won't hold the bank liable should anything happen to them whilst in a branch or within one of our business units. And we do security checks on these students. And you'll be amazed, you'll get 1 or 2 students who have, bad records in terms of maybe they've been arrested for one thing or another. And we go back to the college to say, please talk to your students that they need to abide by the law because it impacts on their ability now to be absorbed by the industry. We do things like avoiding month-end periods, and we make sure that our human resources business partner is involved, marketing is involved, our communications department is involved, and we nominate mentors for the students for the time that they're going to be at the bank. The relationship manager for that TVET College is the liaison between the TVET College and ourselves to ensure that the whole process runs as seamlessly as possible. And then we pull in SSACI, who assists us with the task books which the students need to complete during their stay at the bank. And the relationship has worked very well. We've done Gauteng, we've done the Northwest, we'll be doing Western Cape, KZN, and Mpumalanga during September, October holidays. Just to give you a bit of information on, sorry, now I'm doing this Joyce thing here. I don't know what I've done, but I've done something wrong. So,
linking there. IT assistance.
Okay, I'm just going to continue talking.
It doesn't seem to be linking. It's dead.
Can you continue talking?
Can you come in the sisters here? We're having a technical problem with the pop. What's the projector? Yeah. Yeah.
Slideshow again, let's see.
Okay, to just give you a rundown on what we do in terms of the workplace-based experience program when the students come through to the bank. On day one, we make sure that they are welcomed. We basically kind of throw a party for them. And we have our executives being part of the day of induction. So, we will have, say, 120 students in one venue. Our executives will address them, we will talk to them around the bank's values, and people will talk to them about their own personal experience. And on day one as well, we have a program which is called Ready to Work, which I will mention. So our Ready to Work program is essentially a program where it's an online curriculum program where we teach young people how to be ready for the world of work. So the Ready to Work program has a curricula or a module which is called Work Skills. This is where we teach them how to prepare their CVs and how to handle an interview. People skills, we highlight emotional intelligence. I mean, these are young people just off from colleges and they know absolutely nothing about how to handle situations in the workplace. So we teach them things like emotional intelligence, interpersonal skills, how to deal with people internally, within a work environment. Money skills, we teach them how not to go and spend their very first salary and waste it. We teach them how to save, how not to go and buy a car with their first salary and to rather save it. And then entrepreneurial skills. There are students who don't want to go to the world of work when they finish learning. They would like to go and start their own businesses. So this particular module is designed for them, the ones who want to do an entrepreneurial part of this curriculum. Just to give you an example, a student came through to the bank. They did this module on entrepreneurial skills. They've got a business with 2 other young people. It's an events management company. There's a seminar which they are busy arranging in October. So what we said to them, we wanted to have a practical example of what we mean when we say we are adopting TVET colleges and we've got a ready-to-work program. We are funding that seminar that they will be having. They'll be hosting in October, and we are allowing them to do everything that needs to be done in terms of making arrangements for the seminar. All we're doing is that give us the invoices, we will give you support, we will guide you, and we will fund that seminar for you. So those are the little things that we are doing in terms of the strategy. The 7-day program, as I've said, day 1, we teach them people skills. They get allocated to their mentors. And then on day 2 to day 5, they go through the various branches and business units within the bank and job shadow their mentors. What we don't want is people just coming and sitting in a boardroom because a mentor is busy with something, and doesn't have time for them. Hence, we are saying we don't want them coming through at month end, which is our busiest period. So day 2 to 5, with their task books, they go through the bank and learn as much as they can and get exposed to as much information as possible. And then on day 6, they also do the ready-to-work program, the 3 remaining modules. So that whole day is allocated for them to do that program. And then on day 7, that's the last day that they are at the bank, they do the reflection of what they've learned now over the past 6 days. They complete their task books, and they give feedback to us in terms of we would like the bank to maybe look at adding on this aspect. This is what I saw in another branch. Please can you add it on to our program? Or if they want us to extend the 7 days and make it 14 days, we are open to discussions. This was initially a 5-day program, and the last group said we'd like to have it as 7 days, and that is what we have done. So we are always trying to accommodate them in terms of their needs, rather than just having this as a tick box exercise. Okay, that is just during the feedback session, those pictures, the students were talking to us and giving us their experience within the bank. This is the feedback that we received from one of the students who came through to the bank, and that student's lecturer. And I think it was humbling for us, to receive this type of feedback. This person has been at the bank for only 7 days, but look at the impact that this program, just 7 days, had on them. For us, we always think that 7 days is not going to be enough to change a person's life, but it is. It does change their lives. Now, this is not an ABSA thing. I really would love to see other banks and other industries doing the same thing for these young people. I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Shanita, to take us through the rest of the presentation.
The University of Johannesburg. Rethink, reinvent.